Hey, Security Token Market, welcome back to another great interview. Today I'm joined by Frank Walczak, who is the Global Head of Business Development for Inveniam. Frank, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
I'm really excited to talk to you. We've had a good relationship for quite a couple of years now. How about for anyone that's unfamiliar with Inveniam, it just raised $25 million, big deal, big company name. What's going on with the business? What is Inveniam?
Inveniam is a platform for private market data. So we take all the performance data that comes off of an asset and we index it, we field it, we digitally certify it, and then we do these periodic audits on that, and we extract all the actionable data from that credentialed data, and we can send that down to a valuation agent who can actually put prices on these private market assets on a regular basis.
Okay, so you're kind of acting as this layer in between the token and the actual real estate asset that kind of allows for a better valuation of what this property should be looking at?
A better look into the actual performance data of that asset. So what we do is we credential all that legal, financial, operational, and experiential data that will come off of that asset. We digitally certify it, meaning we hash it to the blockchain, we index it so it's searchable, and then we field it so it's sociable.
Fantastic. What type of assets have you been working with and planning?
We have about $1 billion of assets on our platform right now. Commercial real estate, private equity, private credit.
Fantastic. So what are the applications of this data? Who is going to be using this, and what are your potential users looking for from this information?
Our users are large asset owners, large private asset owners, GPs, fund administrators,
okay.
Large commercial real estate servicers, and all of their customers.
So, and they're looking to essentially get more informed decisions on diligence for investments, or maybe their NAV values of their fund manager or something along those lines?
Correct. That's exactly right. So we believe that the big databases one database to rule them all is a thing of the past because of all the hacks that have been going on in the recent years. T-Mobile's the latest. We think that we're moving into a distributed digital data economy where everybody's going to want to own and control and monetize their data as they see fit on a permission basis. So that is exactly what our platform allows for. So as a user of our platform, not only are you able to organize your data that might be in disparate systems and difficult to find at times, right? We can bring that all together to make it easy to manage and to allow other parties on a permission basis either come in and add data or come in and analyze data.
That's a fascinating structure.
So we look at, the way we look at the world right now is, let me just rephrase that really quick. The way we're looking at the world right now is, especially in the commercial real estate industry, because that's the low-hanging fruit, right? And that's stuff that everybody understands.
And there's a ton of value there too, not to mention.
And there's a lot of value to be had there for all parties involved. So, as an asset owner, and let me just state this: we do not take any of that data into our own systems. We're a thin overlay over the asset owner's data systems, right? So we credential data in its place of rest. Okay. And then we create a federated data room with pointers and hashes that point to that original documentation.
Right.
So as somebody puts in as people are putting rent rolls or operation mechanic operations that are coming out of these data systems that are coming off of these assets, we're able to credential that, index it, and field it, right? And then we're able to allow other people on a permission basis, the asset owner himself will allow other people on a permission basis to come in and look at that data when and if they want. So for some of these, the exchanges that are out there, say for T0 or for Texture Capital, right? They can allow, through this process, the asset owner, right, who owns the asset, who's tokenizing his asset, for future investors, he can allow people in to see certain portions of that data. Or if there's an audit and they need a legal team, now they have an audit trail of all the data that went in, who touched that data, and how that data was digitally certified, indexed, and field.
Fantastic. So how does blockchain improve data structures and optimizing that system for access?
It's really not the data structure, it's improving, it's the provenance of that data. So once that data's been digitally certified, right, if anybody ever touches that data or anything ever gets changed on one of those documents, we'll know immediately because a signal will come back.
Right.
So every time, and what we do is we link back to
any renovation, any new appraisal, anything that happens.
Any new appraisal will come in, and we keep doing this on a monthly basis, so we keep seasoning data on top of that asset. So basically we're readying these assets for sale, 24/7, 365.
Right.
So what we're helping to do with these large commercial real estate owners, right? We're helping to condense the due diligence time it takes to do due diligence, because once you've been on our platform for a year or 2 years, now all that data is available at a touch of a button.
Right.
And it's one click away to get down to the source documentation.
That's fantastic. I think that's potentially really going to have a revolutionary effect on real estate valuation and how the assets
Well,
are
I think
transacted.
we add value to the valuation providers because we take them out of the data gathering and the data input so they can actually concentrate on the art of valuing an asset. And then we provide the investors with a third-party valuation from somebody that's trusted rather than a GP doing it.
In a transparent methodology.
In a very transparent methodology.
Fantastic. So where are we going from here? What's next? You've built this great platform. You've got $1 billion of assets on the platform. Are you just trying to aggressively scale, or is there something new coming down the pipeline?
There's a lot of things coming down the pipeline. We've just acquired Factum back in May. And Factum was very well known in the market because they were the first ones really credentialing documents to the blockchain. So we acquired Factum. With Factum came a lot of patents, and those patents basically center around attaching data to smart contracts. So I think we have, this may be a wrong number because it's changing all the time, but I think in total we have 48 patents that center around anchoring data to the smart contract and to the chain. So I think we're the 8th largest patent holder in the U.S. in blockchain patents.
For blockchain patents?
For blockchain patents. And then I think we have another 14 or 15 pending at the moment. So we feel we want to be the data integrity and the data transparency for the digital market. So when people say it's here or it's stamped, verified by Inveniam, they know they can trust that documentation.
That's fascinating stuff. What kinds of clients are you looking to work with now? Is it onboarding new assets, or is it bringing buyers into the data, or maybe both?
That'll come down the road, buyers of the data. With the acquisition of Factum, we've created a company called DeFi Devs that will be self-funded, and that will be self-capitalized, and it'll be run by a whole different team. Inveniam will hold a good piece of that company, and we'll have a lot of say in what goes on in that company. But in that company, we're creating a new protocol that's going to be called Accumulate. That's coming out. It's on the test net now. It's going to be a layer 2 protocol. It's going to be working at probably around 70. Right now, it's about 75,000 transactions per second, and we feel that we're going to be able to provide access to that protocol through a lot of the work that we're doing, through a lot of the credentialing of all the information that's coming off of these assets. And we were talking about our A round, right, that we just finished. We just finished a $25 million A round. Apex Fund Administration was the lead investor in that. They're the second largest fund administrator in alternative assets. And as we were talking with that team the other day and closing out the deal, they were telling us they feel that they're going to be able to put over $200 billion of assets on our platform by the end of 2023.
That's fantastic. So, working with other issuers, where can they find out more information? Anyone that wants to know more about Inveniam or get involved?
Inveniam.io on the web. Inveniam, we're on Twitter. We're very active on LinkedIn. You can look me up on LinkedIn. You can reach out to me, and we would love to send you all the information that we can.
Fantastic. Frank, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.